interesting. Let's see how fine this fine mist really is. Oh god, I got it over my mouth. That is so strange. And I'm now gonna put the lid back on before it completely dries up. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing the new Ariana Grande r.e.m Beauty launch, which is, I think it's called Chapter 2. I was not expecting to get this really cool PR package. It's like squishy. So thank you so much to them for sending me this PR package. But as you guys know, as always, I'm gonna tell you my honest thoughts and opinions on these things, because I'm not gonna lie, in the first time around with this brand, there was some stuff that I really liked and other stuff that was kind of like, okay, but like not my favorite stuff in the world. So I've got 3 of the eyeshadow palettes, 3 of the liquid jelly sort of eyeshadows, the gloss, the under eye primer stuff, the mist, which I'm very excited to try, the cheek and lipstick, which I'm very excited to try, and also their lash and brow serum. Let's just dive into it. So I'm just going to prime my face with the IT Cosmetics oil-free primer. Also, just very quickly, so obviously I did test the previous sort of round, like the previous chapter of the r.e.m Beauty, r.e.m Beauty stuff, and that was the stuff that I did get sent a PR box, and I think it had 5 of the products in it, like 5 of the main ones, I guess. And I wasn't expecting to get that, so I had actually made an order of pretty much one of everything from the website when it first launched. However, there was a whole issue with that, because basically when I ordered it, I had added one of the lip markers to my order, and then after I'd put through my order, I then got a message saying that the lip marker in the particular shade that I wanted wasn't going to be available until December, and so that I would have to wait until December for my entire order to be shipped out. I did email our customer service and ask if I could just take this one item out of my order or swap it for another colour so that the rest of my order could be shipped out, and they basically said they were really sorry but they couldn't do that, and I'd just either have to cancel my whole order and order stuff again, by which point some of the shades of the other things that I'd wanted had already sold out, or I would just have to wait for it. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna wait for it. It said it was gonna be shipped on the 14th of December, I think it was, so I waited like a couple of months for it to be shipped, and then we went away for 4 days, and in those 4 days apparently the package was attempted to be delivered 3 times, and I did get the little notice saying that we'd missed a parcel, but it was just one notice saying that it had been missed and that they would try again another day. And then a little while later I had a letter through the door saying that I had a customs charge of £70 for my parcel. I had spent, I think it was like $234 on the website, so I think if you spend over $100 you get a customs fee, and I guess because my order was pretty heavy because I ordered so much. And then when I phoned them to pay the customs fee, they were like, sorry, your parcel's already on the way back to America. And I was like, what? And they said, yeah, delivery was attempted 3 times with fail, so we took that as you refusing the package and we've sent it back to the States. And I was like, oh. So that was very unfortunate. I mean, obviously that wasn't r.e.m Beauty's fault, it was more like the delivery company's fault. Basically, I never got my package. r.e.m Beauty did give me a refund for my order, which was very much appreciated. I don't know what happened with the £70 customs fee because I never paid it, and I don't know, does that disappear? Because obviously they didn't make me pay it on the phone because they said that my parcel had already been shipped back to the US, but I don't know like who ends up paying the customs fee if it gets sent back. But then a couple of months ago this just showed up, which was the lip marker from the original order, so I guess they sent it out separately when it came back in stock. I don't even know. Okay, so first I'm gonna go in with the skincare kind of bits. So we've got this under eye primer stuff, which is, so this is the Cooling Blurring Under Eye Balm, and it says energize the eye area with this botanical powered cooling balm that offers results instantly and over time. Ooh. Soothes and blurs imperfections in the delicate under eye area. Caffeine helps melt away the look of puffiness and reduce the appearance of dark circles for a brighter eye look. You know what this really reminds me of? If you just look at the texture of this here, do you guys remember that, I can't even remember what brand it was by, but it was like the invisible foundation stuff for like 40 quid. This is the exact same kind of texture as that. It's like a, almost like a gel mousse. I don't even know how to describe the texture of it. It's just very unusual. I did actually put some of this on Monday when this package arrived because I was going to a concert and I thought, you know what, I want to see if this will actually do anything sort of under my makeup. I want to see whether it will crease my concealer or anything. If I'm being completely honest, I didn't notice any sort of like benefits when it comes to makeup. I didn't find that it made my concealer You know what, I'm going to put a bit on my eyelids as well. I didn't find that it creased my concealer at all, which was good. It didn't sort of go weird under my makeup, which was nice. And it did just sort of wear well, like a moisturiser would under your eyes kind of. But it does actually feel really nice and cooling when you put it on. Like, it feels nice. And the texture of it is like a lightweight sort of gel. And it does actually feel like it's sinking into your skin. Like, it feels like a nice eye cream, basically. But like a gel eye cream. It doesn't feel too thick, like it's quite lightweight. And I definitely find that moisturising my under eye area helps my concealer generally look smoother and kind of crease less. Because I do get quite sort of dry skin around my eyes, I do find that these days I like to put some kind of eye cream on under my foundation. I know that most eye creams are just like moisturiser repackaged into a smaller tube, but I still buy them and I still like them anyway. And I know that those are the facts. I know that you can just use a moisturiser, but there are some eye creams that I really like, and whatever brand they are, they don't make the same formula in a moisturiser. It's the kind of stuff where you can add like as little or as much as you want and it will sort of sink in. I don't need any more, but I just want to show you sort of like up close. It just really feels nice and soothing and kind of sinks in and doesn't feel oily at all. So if you've got oily skin, you should be good. It says that the caffeine helps to reduce under eye circles. To be honest, I don't really notice that. Like, they're still kind of there. It's not really a necessary kind of product that you need, but it does feel nice. I will give it that. Annoyingly, on the website, it just says out of stock, so it doesn't have the price. However, the Lash and Brow Boosting Serum, which I am going to put some of this on, this is £39, which is a lot of money. That is the most expensive thing that they sell on their website. Biotin formulated serum helps promote visibly longer, thicker lashes and brows in as little as 4 weeks, with full-on those can't be real in 3 months. And it says an independent study of 56 consumers, 100% saw improvement in lash length in as little as 4 weeks, and 100% saw improvement in lash volume in as little as 4 weeks. That sounds pretty good to me. Apply serum to brow area and upper and lower lash lines, then wait at least 90 seconds for skin to absorb serum. Apply makeup as usual. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So it says to put this on your upper and lower lash lines. Ah! It stings, it stings, it stings, it stings. Yeah, I won't lie, I was a little bit skeptical of this one. Only because I have incredibly sensitive eye areas. I don't know why I'm continuing to put it on, just because I didn't want to have it on one eye and not the other. Check the ingredients and there's nothing in there that I'm like directly allergic to. So I don't know why it's stinging. But let's put it on my eyebrows anyway. You have to actually get a lot of it to put it on your eyebrows. I feel like if I was going to use this, I probably would just use it on my lashes, because you have to get quite a lot of product on there to actually cover your eyebrows. I've had to dip in quite a few times and I think I would just end up using it up really quickly. But I mean, obviously I cannot tell how this is going to work after using it once. I just wanted to test it out anyway. Let's just sort of rub it into my eyebrows. Well, it definitely sunk in, but that's about all I can say about it for now. It has now stopped stinging, but that was weird. Okay, so I'm just going to put on some foundation, do my eyebrows, do my cream contour, and then we'll be back to test the blush and lipstick things. I'll be right back. I used the Be Perfect Shape Stick in the shade Caramel, which looks like this. The NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Pen in Ash Brown, and the Glossier Boy Brow in the shade Brown. That's just what I put on my eyebrows. So next I have these, which are the cheek and lipsticks, and I've got 3 shades. I've got the shade Audition, which is this one. It looks quite neutral. I've got Leading Lady, which is a bright sort of red orange, and then also I've got Broadway Baby, which is like a dark purpley burgundy sort of colour. I'm going to use the shade Audition, which looks like this. They are actually really cute. I like the packaging of these ones. I mean, this does look a bit interesting. Oh, they actually seem very pigmented. That is full on pigment. That does not seem very sheer at all. Doesn't smell of anything. The only thing actually I don't like about the packaging is that you can't wind it fully all the way down. So you have to be careful when you put the lid on that you sort of line it up correctly. So let's see how they blend out. It's definitely quite matte. I thought maybe they would be a little bit more glowy. So you do need to take a little bit more time to blend it, but I was looking at it funny on this cheek because I was like, oh, why does it look like that? But it doesn't look like that on the other side because I do have a patch of dry skin sort of on my cheek, like just here. I am just using the natural light from my window, but it's really bright. I might just close my curtains a little bit actually. Hopefully that's a little bit better. Yeah, I was thinking that it was blending out patchy on this cheek, but that is because I do have some dry skin sort of like just in this area, so that is not the fault of the blush because on this side it looks perfectly fine. I like the colour of that. I just think I wasn't expecting it to be so matte. I'm just going to try and add a little bit more. It kind of does just feel like a matte lipstick that you're putting on your face. So I think this would probably work really nicely on your lips actually, which I will try at the end. But yeah, you definitely sort of have to sort of swipe a little bit more than just dab, because you need to, I don't know, it just takes like a little bit more effort to blend. It's not my favourite cream blush in the world. It is nice, I really like the colour of it, but I think at the moment my skin is just a little bit too dry for it. It doesn't sort of like add the moisture and the glowiness that some of my other cream and liquid blushes do, but it does look really pretty. I think maybe this would be better if it had like a little bit more oil in it. Wow, did you think I'd ever say that? So I'm just going to powder my face, and then I'm going to try the mist, because I want to see if it can sort of like bring some more moisture back to my face. So, as you can see, my face is now very flat, very matte looking, very lacking moisture, as we can tell. So I am going to use the Mist Thing Calming Face Mist. And this says on the back, shake well before use, hold mist 8 to 10 inches from the face, spritz directly onto the skin, use throughout the day for a calming moment. And it says it's an ultra-fine sensorial mist, envelopes the senses in the soothing, calming scent of lavender essential oil. This mist is £23, which is around the sort of price that I would expect. You get 100 ml, and the bottle looks really pretty. I like the packaging actually. It looks nice. Let's see how fine this fine mist really is. It's relatively fine, but it's not like Fenty What It Do fine. But let's just put it on my face. Oh shit, I've put on too much. One sec, I've got it to my mouth. Nimya fan savory. Oh god, I got it in my mouth. You know what though? I love the smell of it. It smells like the sleep sprays that I put on my pillow sometimes. Like, it smells really relaxing. Ooh. As much as I was saying that the blushes definitely weren't for dry skin, this mist is for dry skin. Can you see how it's just given my skin some extra moisture? And I'm no longer looking sort of like matte and flat and dry. Like, it's given me some added moisture back into my skin, which was much needed. And I actually think it's made my base look so much nicer. However, like the Fenty one, it does leave a slight sort of, I want to say oily feeling on your skin. Not like straight up oil, but I mean, you can see it's added that sort of radiance, and it does feel like a little bit sort of like tacky almost on your skin, which is why I would say if you do have oily skin, I probably wouldn't go for this one. But if you've got dry skin, if you like the Fenty mist, you will really like this one. And actually it reminds me of the Rare Beauty mist as well, because that one is also quite an oily sort of mist that gives you some hydration and sort of melts all your makeup together. It looks really nice. But after using this kind of thing, I would usually go back in and just like add a little bit of powder just to my T-zone, but leave the rest of my face. Yeah, so far I think that's my favorite. And like before this mist, my skin was feeling quite sort of dry and tight. Now it just feels normal. Nice. But you know what I've got to do? I've got to do the setting spray test. I want to see if this smudges. I have a very strong feeling that like the Fenty one and like the Rare Beauty one, this is more of like a moisturizing mist rather than locking in your makeup and making it last longer kind of mist. So I don't think it's going to like lock in the eyeshadows so they'll be smudge proof, but I will just test it anyway. For this experiment, why not use one of the new palettes? We've got the Smitten Kitten palette, which looks like this. This is the neutral one. The rest of them are sort of a bit out there. And these palettes are also £23 each, so same price as the setting spray. We have then got the shade Groovy Baby, which looks like this. Interesting colour scheme. And then we have got Go-Go Boots, which looks like this, and I believe this is the one that Ariana is wearing in the sort of promo pictures. I think she's got this mint shade layered underneath one of the cream gel eyeshadows. I don't quite get the colour scheme of these palettes. I don't look at them and instantly get inspired, because in my personal opinion, obviously they have a whole team, like they know what they're doing. In my personal opinion, I would probably have switched the lilac in here, like the matte lilac, I would have put it in this palette, because I feel like this is like a neutral palette and it has got a sort of like dark navy-ish sort of colour, but then there's just the lilac, which I don't really feel like it fits in because the rest of them are neutral. And then in this one, you've just got like the bright pop of this mint green colour, but there's a shimmery lilac next to it, which I think the shimmery lilac would go really well with the matte lilac in this palette. So I kind of wish that they'd maybe kept the pastels together and done like a pastel palette, and then a more, I don't know, a slightly different grey toned neutral palette like the rest of this one. I don't know, the colour scheme of these are just a bit weird to me, so I don't know which one I'm going to go for. I think I'm going to take the darkest shade from this palette for the setting spray test. This is sort of like a satin finish eyeshadow, so first of all, let me just put it on and then like that. And then I'll rub it. So as you can see, it sort of like pretty much disappears. That's just it by itself. It leaves behind a little bit of the stain, but it mostly comes off. So let's see what happens. There we go. There's another swatch there. Let's see what happens when I spray it with the mist. Still going. Okay, so that is now dry on my arm, and it does look like it's got that sort of oily layer on it. So I'm gonna imagine that this is probably gonna smudge. Yeah. Yep. Yep. If anything, it's come off more than the other one. I mean, yeah, that's what I was expecting, which is fine. Like, not every makeup mist claims to set your makeup in place. I do want to get something on my lips because they're bugging me. So I'm just going to take the blush stick, blush and lipstick. Yeah, look, it's so pigmented. Kind of just feels like a matte lipstick. So for my eye look, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually use both the palettes. I'm mostly going to use this one because I love the mint look that Ariana's got in the promo pictures. She's wearing this gorgeous like winged mint look, which I'm pretty sure what she's done, or what her makeup artist has done, is taken this shade and then overlaid this bad boy right here, which is the metallic gel eyeshadow in the shade Touch. I've also got two other shades. I've got the shade Quality Time and Affirmation. Affirmation is like this lilac-y taupe colour, and Quality Time is like a bright pinky red with like gold in it. Oh my god, they are so weird. That is so strange. Oh, that's actually really stunning. I should have just done one swipe, but Jesus Christ, I took the tiniest amount of that. That's it up close. Very reflective, very sparkly. Then Affirmation looks like this. They're very, very pigmented. You just need the tiniest little bit. Oh, this is sort of like a silvery lilac, I guess. Oh, wow. They actually feel really nice. They feel quite light. This one almost feels a little bit more sheer. That's really pretty. And then the one that I think she's wearing is called Touch. This one's formula looks a lot drier and a lot more bubbly. Looks kind of gross, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, the formula of this one is a little bit more chunky. I think it could be to do with like the duochrome pigments, but it is a really pretty duochrome. Look at that. It does actually look really cool. Those are really nice. So I'm just priming my eyelids with the Beauty Bay Eye Base in the shade 3. By the way, out of the other products from the chapter 1 of r.e.m. Beauty, the things that I still use and my favourite things from that collection were the lashes, the whatever they were called. I think they were called Eternally Meowing. Those are some of my favourite lashes, and if the customs fees weren't so expensive, I would buy many more pairs of those because they're so nice. I just absolutely love the shape of them. So if anybody knows of lashes that are really similar to those, let me know. I sometimes use the mascara, and I do still use the Plumping Lip Gloss, but the eyeshadow palette I actually ended up giving away to one of you guys who wasn't able to get it the first time round, and yeah, it was fine, but it wasn't my fave. So let's see if these ones blow me away even more. Yeah, the colour scheme of this palette is just so odd to me, but the good thing is the bright blue, which is the one that I really want to use, or like the mint green, what colour even is that, like mint colour, that one is really pigmented, but that's the only matte in the palette. I'm gonna take this mint shade and I'm just gonna put this all over my lid to start out with. You know what? Maybe Ariana isn't wearing this in the pictures because hers looks a lot more muted. Maybe she's just wearing the cream colour. But wow, this is very beautiful. This is a really gorgeous mint colour, like it's really pigmented. I'm not trying to do what exactly Ariana is wearing. I am going to change it up slightly, but I just wanted to use these like minty sort of colours just because of her. And then I'm just taking a little bit of that on fluffy brush to sort of blend out those edges a little bit. So that is the mint colour down. I really, really like that shade. But the rest of the shades in the palette, I'm just a bit like, eh. I think I'm going to swap over to this palette and I'm going to use the lilac on my lower lash line because this also looks really pigmented. And I'm also putting that on my inner corner as well. This lilac colour is also really nice. And especially considering I didn't put a sticky base on my lower lash line. Then it just sort of feels like, where do we go from here? Because the rest of the colours in these palettes are just so dark and so not pastel and wouldn't really go with these shades. I'm going to go for this duochrome lilac shade and I'm going to put that on my inner corners over the top of that other lilac colour. Ooh, that's pretty. Oh yeah, that's really nice actually. This one's definitely more pigmented than the shimmers in the first palette that I tested. Although it is quite a chunky shimmer. So I just sort of brought that up there. I think next what I'm going to do is go in with the cream eyeshadow and just do it on sort of like the inner part of my eyelid here. And then I might use another one of the eyeshadows to sort of accentuate this shape here. Take some on my brush. It's kind of hard to pick up because it is so like chunky. And let's, oh my goodness. Yeah, I've taken too much here because it is so chunky. Oh my gosh. I don't think I want it to be in like a defined sort of cut crease though. I want to blend the edges out a little bit, but it seems like it's already sort of dried. That is really beautiful, but let me just try and take a different brush. You have to act quite fast because it did set really quickly, but it's just really hard to pick up on a brush because of how, like, the texture of it. Like, my brush just smushes into it, but it doesn't really pick up anything unless you take like a big old chunk of it. Probably almost easier to put some on my hand, work it into the brush on my hand, and then go in onto my eyes. Okay, yeah, because it is a little bit tricky to work with, but I've got to say, like, the actual colour of it is really beautiful. But I think I actually took too much on this eye because it looks a little bit chunky. Yeah, oh my goodness. On this eye, it's almost got like a few flakes of like chunkiness. Definitely works better on this eye where I had less product and sort of dabbed some off on the back of my hand because it's quite an unusual texture. Hopefully you can see what I mean here. Like on this eye, it's just gone too chunky and flaky, whereas on this eye, it looks much smoother because I took a lot less of it. But now on this side, I feel like these chunks are gonna just like flake off. Yep, you can just flake them off. Less is more. And I'm now gonna put the lid back on before it completely dries up. So I might regret doing this, but what I'm actually gonna do is take this shade from the Groovy Baby palette because this looks like it's like a dark navy shimmer. I'm gonna try and use this as liner. Because this is a shimmer, it's not working as well as liner, but I just wanted to try it. I'm just going to take this shade here and use it to highlight my brow bone. So I know that the look that I've just done is a little bit weird, and that is obviously my fault. It's kind of cool, but kind of weird at the same time. I don't really know what I've done. I just was playing and this is what happened. But for the eyeshadow palettes, okay, I think that the actual shades in them themselves aren't bad, and the pastel colours are actually really pigmented. I just don't get the colour schemes. I really wish that they had done a pastels palette because then I probably would have kept it and used it. And then the more neutral palette, to be honest, the eyeshadow formula is nice, but it's not my favourite eyeshadow formula ever. I just wouldn't spend £23 on one of these. Like, if the eyeshadow formulas and stuff were absolutely crazily stunning, then yeah, I would, but they just don't blow me away. I do like them, but the colours together just don't make sense to me. I do really like this duochrome purple though, and I kind of want to put more of it on. So the final product in here is this, which I thought was a lip gloss. When this first arrived, I picked this up and it said Plumping Lip Gloss in roll up, so I thought, okay, this is like a plumping gloss. I wanted to see if it was any different from our other plumping gloss, but then I was reading the information before I filmed this video and it's an eye gloss. It does say on the website you can use it on your eyes or your lips, but it says on here, eyeshadow gloss. Get that glossy lid look and brighten up eyes with our clear as glass eyeshadow gel that feels virtually weightless. I put it on my lips and didn't think anything of it, but because it literally says on the packaging, plumping lip gloss in roll up, I went onto her website and she does have a plumping lip gloss in roll up, which is in the same packaging, but it's like a dark burgundy color. So they've written the wrong information on this, where they've just used like the lip gloss packaging for the eye gloss, but it says you can use it on both. But if I'm being completely honest, eye gloss isn't something that I would use because I just think it would just break apart my eyeshadows. So I'm just gonna try it on my hand over the top of these swatches. But yeah, I used it on my lips and I was thinking, oh, it doesn't feel very plumping at all. It just feels like a regular lip gloss. But let's just take a little bit on top of these shades. Yeah, no, I really would not want to put that on my eyes because it just feels like really sticky. It doesn't really feel sticky on your lips, but on your eyes, I can imagine that just would feel so just uncomfortable, and I don't really want to do that. I don't even really like the feeling of it on my hand. I would just use this as a lip gloss, to be honest. Maybe in like a cool photo or something. Like even putting gloss all over my hand, I just, ugh, I don't like it. One sec, let me just put some mascara on and then I'll be right back. And I'm actually going to test the lip pen and then I'll put the gloss on over the top of it. Okay, so I've just wiped off the other lip colour and I did actually decide to put a couple gems on here as well. And this is the finished eyeshadow look. Overall, I actually do quite like it. I think it looks quite cool. It's a bit strange, but I think it's kind of cool still. Oh, and I used the r.e.m Beauty Volumizing Mascara. So let me just zoom you out a little bit. I know this isn't part of the new collection, but I am finally going to test one of the full out lip pens because this is the only item from my order that actually ever arrived. This says that it's a zero gravity long wearing lip colour that stays in place wherever your lips are up to. Oh, okay. All right. It's got the shade on the end and then it looks like this. Oh boy. I guess because lip stains are they have to be quite bright in order to sort of stain your lips. Oh my god. Okay. I feel like the pen is already drying up. The one slight issue with all lip stains is that because they are a stain, they naturally will grab on to like the driest parts of your lips. And so a lot of the time they can come out quite patchy looking. Well, it's definitely a very bright pinky red colour. Absolutely does not go with this eye look. And now I don't actually think I'm going to be able to get this off. Literally feels like nothing on my lips, which is kind of what I expected. It feels like a regular lip stain. Let's see. Oh god, I'm going to have to kiss my arm because my hands have got no space. I'd say that they're definitely kiss proof. Does this lip colour go with this eye look though? No, absolutely not. So let's take the gloss and I'm gonna squeeze. It's quite hard to squeeze it actually. Squeeze some out and put it over the top because I think this would actually look stunning if you just put a bit in the centre of your lips and then put the gloss on. It's definitely stuck to the dry patches of my lips. I'm gonna try and take it off, but I don't think it's gonna come off because it's a stain. Yeah, no. I mean, I knew that this was coming. Maybe because the setting spray is quite oily. Spray some onto here and try and take it off that way. Oh! Well, that was a good shout. I'm going to take this Kiko lip liner in the shade 402, the Everlasting Colour lip liner. And then I'm going in with the gloss, which is supposed to be an eye gloss, but you can also use it on your lips according to the website, so. And you know what? This actually feels really nice. It's not sticky at all. The only thing is it's a little bit hard to actually like squeeze it out of the tube because it's so like rigid. It feels really nice. So this is the finished makeup look. What do you guys think? I think my favourite thing out of all of these is definitely the mist, and also I would say coming in second place would be probably those liquidy, creamy eyeshadows. I would love to know your favourites from this collection. Is there anything in here that you think you'll get your hands on? Oh, and I actually like this as well. This stuff that goes under your eyes. I like that a lot. So there it is. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and let me know if there's anything else below that you want me to test. Any other makeup products, any other makeup brands, let me know in the comments. If you watch my videos a lot and you're not subscribed, I would love it so much if you press the subscribe button. That would be great. That would really help me out. So I hope you guys are doing good, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!